Hi, I'm Karuna. I'm the founder and executive director of Mind Oasis, and this is Community Meditation Member Spotlight. And I'm really excited about today's guest. His name is Chris. Chris, how are you doing today?
Very good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Well, we just got to practice together, which was really sweet. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about you? Where in the world are you?
I'm in Shelton, Connecticut, and I've been practicing meditation since 2005, primarily with the Insight tradition,
Wow.
and did a lot of meditation retreats up at IMS in Barrie and Garrison Institute.
Very cool. And what brought you to Mind Oasis?
Actually, I was during the pandemic, I needed a meditation spot, and at the time there was online options, and I happened to find yours online, and very pleased with it.
Good. What brought you to meditation, Chris?
Uh, Actually, I started back in 2005 practicing on my own. I was a social worker at one time, so I've heard of meditation, and I really wanted to try it, but I just started out with books, and then I happened to find out at a local Unitarian congregation they were offering some classes, and Judson Brewer was teaching the class. Now he's actually quite famous in meditation right now, but I used to sit with him and a few others, and that really started the practice. And I started going to Insight Meditation Society up in Barrie for weekend retreats back in 2007. And I couldn't believe that my life could change like this. And recently, before the pandemic started, I joined a meditation center here in Shelton. And unfortunately, they had to close because of the pandemic. So that's why I had to go online, and I happened to find your group.
Awesome. And so, would you feel comfortable sharing just a little bit when you say that you're surprised at how your life has been changed by your practice? In what ways have you noticed that your life has changed?
Well, being able to quiet my mind,
Mm.
focusing on my breath, and not really being a part of my story, and not being my thoughts was a revolutionary experience. Uh,
Yeah. Did you grow
and
up on the East Coast?
yes, I'm from Shelton originally, and uh, so yeah, I've been here all my life. Lived in White Plains, New York too, but primarily in Shelton.
Very cool. So, one of the things that we've talked about in the past is that you have quite a commute. And
Yeah,
I would love for you to talk a little bit about your commute and then how your practice informs your commute.
right. Yeah, of course, the COVID is very controlled here in Connecticut, so the people are going back to work, and the traffic is quite bad. And yes, you have to use your breath. You have to connect with your breath because there are a lot of folks that are cutting you off and stopping abruptly, especially on the Merritt Parkway. Accidents every day, it seems like. So you really do need your meditation practice. And what I've been doing, actually, I switched to Audible books,
Mm.
like books on tape, and listening to those. And actually, that also helps me focus. And so I'm not replaying the stories of the day.
Mm.
That's one thing I do not want to do, is replay all the stories that happened that day, and just enjoy the time that even in traffic,
Mm-hmm.
try to
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it somehow.
I can't remember the exact quote. I really have to write it down because I keep referencing it, but I think it's Pema Chodron who says something like, it takes the same amount of effort to be miserable as it does to feel joy. So which one are you going to choose?
Right. Well, especially now that I'm turning 50 soon. I'm yeah,
Congratulations. Isn't
yeah.
midlife awesome?
Well, it's a surprise for me, actually. I'm like a little bit surprised that 50 happened. And so I'm actually very excited for this birthday. And um, I survived quite a lot. And I think that there's a lot more joy in my life right now because
Mm-hmm.
I recognize how in the present things are quite a bit better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Chris, what do you like to do for fun?
I just booked a lot of concerts recently.
Isn't
I'm
it
ready to
amazing?
I'm ready to go back into New York, and so I am doing some vacation time right here, just in New York City, and I love concerts and plays and theater and all kinds of things. So New York City is like the best city to be living near. And of course, I love walking and exercising. I'm going back to the gym today for the first time in
Ooh,
14 months. And,
wow.
I'm I kind of, I adapted to the coronavirus pandemic quarantine, but I'm, I'm actually enjoying things things are starting to settle down, and I'm starting to enjoy life again. So,
That's how I feel. So, I was just thinking about, I used to, when I went to the gym, I mean, I had a community there. Is that one of
mhm.
the places you find community? Where are places that you find community?
Well, in a way, at the gym, I did have a few people who were also at the meditation center that I also saw at the gym. So we were able to really talk about how things are going. And so essentially, before the pandemic, that was kind of my community.
Hmm.
And so that's kind of like, the meditation center was a very big part of my community before the pandemic started. So hopefully, again, Mind Oasis is part of my community.
Hmm.
Uh, and hopefully, we'll have another meditation center here one of these days.
Yeah.
And because you really need to practice in Sangha, I believe. And Mind Oasis is my Sangha for now. And it's a great Sangha. I
Hmm.
do like the practice that you integrate meditation, but breath work and yoga
Hmm.
into the 30 minutes. And at the meditation center, they did an excellent job with trying to guide the meditation, but you have a specific way of integrating all those things into one, which I find is kind of unique about Mind Oasis.
Oh, that's such good feedback. Thank you. I'll tell you, I think it's born of experience. Each year, I feel like we kind of refine what we offer. And and I know that when I've sometimes sat in community in person, that someone rings a bell and then you sit together, and that's
Mhm.
really lovely. But I call that coming in a little too hot. I need actually a little movement and then some sort of easing into that single pointedness, because typically out in the world, I might be single pointed on my motorcycle,
Mhm.
in times where you need immense concentration. Um, but moment to moment, there's all sorts of things going on. There's lots of things in the old field of awareness, including my thoughts. And then how do you work with that? And so that idea that we can use the body and body scans and things like that
Yes, you.
into our breath.
Mhm. Yes, you need to ground yourself to
Mhm.
be ready to. It's trying to get into the state of readiness by grounding yourself. And another meditation community I belong to here in Connecticut is the Reading Meditation Society, and they uh, did a movement meditation using their hands. And that's another way to ground yourself into your body and not live in your mind. Living in your mind is not a great idea. And so I've been experiencing ways of grounding yourself for quite a while, but the Thai Forest monks at Reading Meditation Society, they really have a very interesting way of doing it. And I really appreciated my time there as well.
Very cool. Gosh, I kind of feel like you should be a community meditation guide, Chris.
Who knows? I'm a guru in hiding, you know?
There you go. Hey, we never know who people are. Well, I've really enjoyed my time with you. I have two more quickie questions. One is,
Sure.
what kind of concerts do you like to go to? What kind of music are you up to?
Well, I'm going to Sheryl Crow very
Super
soon.
fun.
And Lindsey Buckingham.
Awesome.
And I love all kinds of music. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about these changes that are happening. And we
Yeah,
just have to celebrate that, things are, not totally back to normal, but, excited that, we took good care of ourselves during this time.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And we made it through to this side and got vaccinated and now can go out into the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of fun out there, really.
I totally agree. And I
Yeah.
love, I'm afraid for people, but I'm not afraid for myself anymore. And taking that one layer of fear out of the day to day has been, it's lifted so much of a weight for me.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, at the same time, you really have to do it for yourself. You're the number one. If you have to save yourself first. And
Totally true. You have to
your
put the mask
excitement,
on first.
yeah, your excitement and your joy is spreading it to everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I like to always ask my guests the same question, and that
Hmm.
is, Chris, what's your truth?
My truth, my truth is, let's see here. Uh, my truth is just to try to live as best as I can right now, as best as I can. It's not ever going to be perfect, but, uh, just try to see what's going on, stay awake. That's the key for me. And I think that's all I can offer at this point.
Amazing. We are so happy you're a part of our community, Chris. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And thanks for taking time to chat with me this morning.
Have an awesome day.
You too. Thank you so much, honey. Talk soon.
Bye bye.